This time it is once again off Roadkill, a shootout of the full-bodied rally duster versus the gutted vet cart. Who wins? Mike Finnegan.
That's what winning looks like.
Looking good. Refresher course. This is a 1973 or maybe 1974 Plymouth Duster. We got our hands on it in the episode where Mike and I drove that really cool clapped out 65 D100 truck all the way to Chris Birdsong's. I saw it in the driveway. I said, how much? I think he said $700. I said, it's ours. And after that, we really wanted to go to a rally school that wasn't Dirtfish, which is our norm. So we went to Rally Ready in Texas, and we had a shootout of me and Dulcich in this versus Finnegan and Newbern in the Camaro that had been on the Fast with Finnegan show. I gotta admit, the Camaro won pretty badly. Might have been a driving skill issue because the Duster is really good. The problem is, Birdsong built this entire thing for us. What did he do? He built this killer grill with no headlights. I love this. This saves the 73, 74 body style. He dropped in a 5.9 liter Magnum engine, which is the 92 and up version of the small block Mopar. It has a stock Mopar 3-speed in it. Unfortunately, the rear end is a 7 1/4, which is like glass. I predict Finnegan breaks it somewhere on this trip, probably early so that he doesn't have to drive the whole rest of the way. Do you even remember this car?
I remember the wheel falling off of this car.
Yeah, that was the most memorable thing about it.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? I don't feel attached to it because we didn't build it. Yeah, and also when I drove it, it was really pathetic. So that's another reason why I
that's
don't
what it
need
is, right?
My whole plan here is to try and get it back to Chris Birdsong, who actually built the car. So what I want to do is fix everything that we ruined on it when we were at the Texas Rally School, drive it out to the desert, and having a shootout against the vet cart. We will be driving the vet cart because it's what we do, and Birdsong will be driving this, and if he beats us, we're gonna give him the car back.
That seems fair.
Think so?
Well, it won't be any better than it was before.
Will it feel fair after we spend like 3 days fixing the header, the wheel falling off, the alignment, the seat?
You're almost giving it back to him in the condition that it was when he gave it to us. So
yeah,
that seems fair.
Yeah. The header's gonna be the worst. So do you want to start with that or kind of ignore it?
It's really on your side of the car. So
No.
I was gonna be like, yeah, I'll put the seat in and, you know, whatever this side needs, but the whole, you know, wheel fell off that side. You cut the header in half on that side. It really wasn't me.
Let's fire it up, see how bad it is, and see if we can tolerate it on the highway the whole way. It's not. Should we check fluids?
Oh, it's got hinges.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's a little all the way at the bottom.
Hey, there's an electric pump.
Oh.
No wonder why it's not working.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta turn that on.
Okay, let me do that. Okay, this one. There we go.
Oh.
That's loud.
Loud.
Still too cold.
It's not so loud when it bogs, though.
All right, it runs. We're gonna bypass the header because we're super lazy. Let me make a list of what we need to do. List, rally duster, header.
I guess we can do that.
Fixed. Let's see, we need to raise the suspension. We need wheels and tires, passenger seat, remove fuel system or fuel hose.
You bought 2 new headers.
Yeah, if we finished that.
Seatbelts?
Ah, seatbelts. Where do you want to start?
Lunch?
There's this pipe that runs right through the middle of the car, and it looks like roll cage, and it has the battery cable attached to it. So I'm gonna cut all these zip ties off and then hack the bar out.
Fixed.
That pipe is designed to run the fuel line all the way through it. What I'm gonna do is put a bolt in this end and then pull the fuel line all the way out the other end. All right, go for it.
All right. Hey, we made it. Look at that.
Now we can cut the pipe out. Okay, we cut that bar out. I think the next thing we have to do is jack the car up because there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to happen there. Raising the suspension, fixing the wheels and tires. All right, what I'm gonna do here is fix the alignment. Right now, it's set up for circle track racing, which means that the camber on this side is way in like this, because when they turn left and throw the weight this way and flex the suspension this way, it takes the tire from here and sets it up straight so it's got more traction on the ground. There's cam bolts. Right now, they're set so the upper control arm is all the way inboard, which tips that wheel in. I'm gonna set them up so that hopefully it's straight up and down. These are welded. No. Maybe it's like a Freiburger weld and I can just break it. Aha. Aha. Broke right off. Perfect. The torsion bars are like the spring for the front suspension of these Mopars. It's not a coil spring or anything, and you preload them, and that preload raises or lowers the car. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's all the way. I gotta put the wheels back on.
Oh yeah, she's four-wheeled now.
I got this tire pretty good.
This one's either turned left or towed out.
The toe's gonna change radically with the adjustment on the control arm. Okay, that sits way better actually. As predicted, I gotta pick the thing up again. I didn't get the camber adjustment right, so they're both in like this, so it's gonna be a little fiddling back and forth. When you're adjusting the camber, you always have to do the toe afterwards because the camber adjustment is gonna affect the toe. Now what do we got? Ooh, this one looks mint.
They're both towed in.
Yeah.
They both got negative camber. It's a race car.
It is.
Oh, look at all that success.
There is a battery bracket on the passenger floor, so I'm gonna go under here and scrape all the mud off because we think it's held on with nuts and bolts. Getting close. Off.
That can't hurt us anymore.
Here we go. We're going to the desert, so I got beefy tires for this thing. The rears are way better than the fronts, but they're all that I could get that would fit. Let's see, this is a Yokohama Geolander AT, and it's a 205/70/15. And it won't even go over the hub. This is the wrong wheel. That looks like small bolt pattern. We're going to the desert. So I got the total wrong wheel for the front. See, this thing has large bolt pattern Mopar on the front, small bolt pattern on the back, and I completely screwed it up because I got the big bolt pattern on the back and the small on the front. This, by the way, is my rear tire that will eventually fit. Let's see. Okay, that fits. Whoa, this is gonna be great. Man, we might be shopping for some new 215s for this thing, for the back.
So right now, climbing in the car, gonna wire up taillights. And when I say taillights, I mean a brake light. Ready?
Uh-huh. Aha! All right, we're set. All we have to do is magnet these to the trunk and we're done.
And no smoke.
We've sort of run out of things to do if we don't have parts, and so what we're gonna do is create our Lexan window, but we're not gonna install it because we still need to like reach into seats and seat belts and stuff like that. I think last thing for the night, I'm gonna finish up this fuel line here, and then we'll be good to go for tomorrow. Done. Let's get out of here.
Another one. Look at that. Look how protective first day was. Look at that.
It really was. That's better than our average. Tomorrow we've got wheels and tires, the seat and belts, and put the window in. Oh, and the header.
We both said it at the same time. I think that means we have to do it.
We need to put a passenger seat in this thing because it doesn't have it, and we have new meats, which look really good. Oh, they put white letter out. Ah, I hate white letter out. So this is a Yokohama 205 7015. So that's gonna be the front, and then I got some real meaty stuff for the back. Wait for it. Someone roadkilled this thing bad.
Right now, what I'm doing is taking our new Pro Car rally seats and installing sliding tracks, you know, for comfort.
This is great. They have white wall out on one side, but not on the other. I had mentioned earlier that this tire fell off at the rally school because it had like a hinky adapter on it, and it no longer does. I called Dulcich, and I had forgotten that we removed that there at the school, so that's why this is now working perfectly, but this is not. Here we go, rear tires. You remember this aggressive tire right here that we put on at the rally school? It's nice and meaty. It's a 27 by 9 50/15. The problem with it is it's actually a side-by-side tire, and I don't trust it on the highway, and it's too small. So what we're going to do is install this BFG mud terrain. Now, the advantage of this wheel and tire is that it's way heavier and more guaranteed to break the Weenie 7 1/4 rear axle. It's also much taller. This is a 215 75/15, and I got it on these new wheels, and they have a 5-on-4-inch bolt pattern, so you can bolt them onto a Mopar A body, which typically came from the factory with that small 5-on-4-inch pattern. Let's see. There we go. Will it fit? Yes. All right, done.
Here we go. Seat install. 2 pieces, 2 parts, sliders bolted to the seat, adapter laid gently on the floor. Then I'm gonna bolt the 2 pieces together to the floor and hope that when I pull the lever, this seat just glides to where it wants to be.
Worked perfectly.
Boom.
Yep. How's it feel? Head really too close to the roof?
It's a little towel.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. We test fit the seat and then put your head right up against the roof, and so I'm gonna drop this bracket to lower it, and Finnegan's putting the seat belts in.
Seat belts are done. Totally safe. Boom. Sign of quality right here. Ready? Safety. Let's go. The thing about this windshield that I didn't notice before is that I don't think it's Lexan. It might actually be plexiglass.
Nearing the end.
You want the good news or the bad news?
What?
The good news is this fits perfect. The bad news is just cracked.
It's kind of what I was worried about. That's why it was melty and stinky and shardy.
We need actual Lexan.
Yeah.
But the really good news is now we have a really good template. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Look, brand new windshield. This one not only fits, it doesn't shatter because this is polycarbonate, not acrylic. So we'll just get this all buttoned up and then pretty much we're ready to road test tomorrow.
Happy morning. We've got everything done, including ignoring the header being open and it's super loud. So we got earplugs in. We're gonna go take a test drive, see if we can live with it. Oh, we also got the communications headphones out of his off-road truck, so hopefully we'll be able to talk to each other. Do you got comms?
I gotta turn the car on, I think, first. I can hear you. Oh, I heard you. Ignition. I'm still really close to the roof. It's loud, it's kind of fumey. Yeah, covering the holes in the floor of the firewall might be a good idea. Yeah.
Oh, wow, it spun the tires. Or one tire.
Better than breaking the rear end.
That's why I cut off it. All right, so did we decide to go tape up the floor in the firewall and hit the road?
I feel like that's a solid plan.
Okay.
A lot of effort on our part. Half a mile, U-turn. It's gonna be on your left. Where do you live?
I didn't need to see this from the long view because this camber is now horrible.
One problem at a time. Let's fix your seat.
And we'll fix the flat tire that got eaten up by the alignment later.
I feel like somehow this adds something.
This is gonna be like horseshoes. Got it.
Winning at life.
All right, let's see. This thing is supposed to tuck in. Here's your T-Rex tape.
This is a floor mat. This is part of a 4-piece floor mat collection. It is now going to become a shift boot because we don't have one.
I got my seat cover, I got my pad. Hopefully it keeps me from sinking in. I also have the roll of paper towels, which, by the way, is an infinitely adjustable lumbar support. So I'll try that out on the road. My new seat is way better.
I actually smell it more now than I did before.
I'm wondering what we're doing here.
That's for doing Rockfords. Left hand or right hand.
Oh, I see. It's like a necker knob.
Yeah.
You're breathing pretty good. Could be worse. Race car. Oh, yeah. I learned to drive a stick in a 318-71 Duster with this same type of 3-speed transmission.
Oh, we're full circle now.
I learned in a 4-speed 76 Camaro. Your first car? Yeah.
And that's 27 miles in city traffic. All right, your turn?
Sure.
The seat's killing me.
You look like you're in pain.
This drives like it has zero caster or maybe even leaning forward.
Like the off-road truck. Just
Yeah,
a lot of this.
kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, it just, like going over bumps, it wants to kind of do this, do that. Other than that, it's all right.
I'm in.
Okay. We're trying to make it all the way up to the desert tonight, and so we probably have another 60 miles to go.
Actually, drive's okay. That's good.
Oh, wow. Ah. All right, so that was the leg where we gave up on the headphones and resorted to screaming. It's really not that bad. We stopped basically because we don't have headlights. Am I screaming? I think I might have been screaming. Turns out we went like 130 miles today.
We did?
Yeah.
Felt like so much further.
It did. Yeah, so we're gonna call it for the night and be back at it tomorrow, and I think maybe some action that doesn't involve the freeway. That would be great.
Yeah, some dirt would be good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Good morning from 38 degrees. We made it here to lovely Lancaster, California last night in the Duster. Here's information I gleaned last night. So, you know how I did an alignment in the shop, but then it still looks like this? So I asked Birdsong what's going on with this, because I got the adjustment all the way out. He said something all about using a B-body spindle with an A-body control arm, and all I really heard was, it's not my fault and it's not getting any better. It's cold.
Sure.
You making me drive, aren't you?
No, I'll drive.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
I just want to watch you try to get through the window with that wrapped around your waist.
Well, right now it's clipped with a knife and it's not really functional. So we're gonna have Finnegan zip tie this to me. Go for it.
Is this awkward? Yeah?
I got it.
Is that enough?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Go ahead. You got
Thanks.
this. Oh, look at that.
Okay, let's go. You can see why I put the slit over here, because boom.
Thank God we got the steering wheel cover. It's chilly today. I hate for my fingers to stick to the wheel.
Yeah, they have those new heated steering wheels and stuff. Here's a tech tip for those of you with tinnitus, like I've got really badly. The typical yellow ones are soft foam. You want to get the really dense foam. They have, I think, 31 to 33 decibel reduction. They're actually better than a headphone. We made it here to Jawbone Canyon, which is like north whatever of Mojave, California. It's an off-road vehicle recreation area. And the producers have styled us with the vet cart. Sitting here, just waiting for me to drive it, because I've never driven this thing ever since you guys turned it into an off-road vehicle.
Oh, don't think of it just as an off-road vehicle. This, my friends, is the Swiss Army knife of hot rod vehicles. On-road, off-road, dirt, sand, probably even water, I don't know. That's how good this thing is. It was originally a 1984 Chevrolet Corvette, that's right, a C4, and we completely cut it up and turned it into like a man cart. Basically stripped all the body off this thing, and we had a lot of fun with it. Right up until the point we tried to drive it on 2 wheels, flipped it on its roof, and it was pretty well trashed at that point. This is its probably peak form right now. It has long travel, hand-built suspension, coil-over shocks in the back, a Ford 9-inch rear, knobby tires. It still has the small block and the Doug Nash 4+3 manual gearbox, which makes it an adventure to drive and find third gear at all times. But it rules. It's not unbreakable, but you can beat it like it owes you money.
I want to drive it. So let's go blast around Jawbone Canyon.
Want to church up the steering wheel a little?
Oh, wow. All right, unfortunately, this is loose on the wheel, and I can't steer with my new guantes, so you're just gonna have to handle that.
Neck brace. And we're off. This is gonna be chilly with no windshield.
Second gear, third gear.
It rides so much better than before.
couldn't see what was on the other side. We don't want to do that. That would be bad.
Uh-oh. Hope you have the keys.
They fell on the ground, didn't they?
They fell somewhere. Hopefully not down the hole for the shifter. I got mud butt. Thanks.
Yeah.
That was really fun. Once you just give into it and accept that your friend's gonna get you no matter what, there's a lot of freedom in that.
So here's my review, having never driven the vet cart in this configuration before. It's still a riot, but as Finnegan said a couple times, it's still a Corvette. It doesn't have that much travel, but given that it doesn't have travel, it actually has really good traction. We were doing some pretty good hill climbs. I chickened out on the biggest one, but man, it's fun because the hardest thing to do in this thing is keep it straight. It's so short, has so much power, spins the tires. They put a steering slowing thing on it, but still, you're just chasing it the whole time you're on it. I'm gonna regret it the rest of the day, but it was fun.
So, question for you. I know you wanted to go to a mine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather fix the shifter?
Well,
since we only have a gear and a half. Well, there's a portion of the key.
it has half the
Okay,
key.
hold on.
Don't drop it. Oh, it's like operation. You got it.
Look at that. Now you can start the car again.
Yeah, as an added bonus, we now have the key.
You put that half on a necklace, I'll put this half on a necklace. Bonded forever, rest of our lives.
There you go. Let's see if we have gears now.
Try it.
Oh! Fixed.
Fixed. I guess we're going to a mine.
All right, now we're gonna go drive over to this really cool pumice mine that I've been to before. I think Finnegan's really gonna like it. It's very different looking. Well, I was super happy to have a shot at the vet cart on dirt. Now I'm gonna have to drive it on the highway while Finnegan's in the duster. And I'm not that sure I'm super thrilled about this part. It's gonna be cold. It's windy and I'm getting sandblasted. I'm freezing, but I'm getting dry. Oh, just got hit by a rock. Finally we're here. This car's just too fun. Wow, this is pretty nice now. All of a sudden, for some reason, it's warmer. I like driving this car off-road a lot. We're skating through the dirt. Having so much fun in this thing right now. I love driving muscle cars on dirt. Woohoo! Oh! Oh, whoopsie-doos, whoopsie-doos. We're almost there. This part's rougher and rockier than I remembered. There it is. This is going to be a pumice mine. Wait till you see the inside of it. It is all pure white. It is crazy. Whoa. Isn't it crazy?
I feel like I'm in Star Wars.
Look at that. It goes to the bottom of the earth, all the way.
I think that goes to the 10th level of hell.
Isn't it neat? It's pumice. Isn't it wild? And there's just all these side vents and tunnels and...
Did you hear that?
What was that?
What is that down there? Dude, this is the inside of Space Mountain at Disneyland, bro.
We made it here. I brought Finnegan for his very first time to the Dutch Cleanser Mine. This is a pumice mine. It's all white, it's crazy. This is public land. You can come here, but you will die. Can I have the vet cart when you die?
Can I have the Super Bee?
That was super cool, right? Finnegan already escaped to the warmth.
That's right.
I'm gonna freeze to death and get in the vet cart, and we're gonna head off into the desert darkness and come back tomorrow for the really big show. We've had some fun four-wheeling on these things. Don't break it on the way out, okay?
Today was amazing, but no promises.
We made it to Bar B's Ranch in the vacation paradise of California City, California. I was gonna say this is gonna be the best day yet, but I had a blast yesterday, full-on riot. But we're gonna have an even bigger deal today, because as you may have noticed by now, we've got a third player, Chris Birdsong.
Hey.
So here's what we're gonna do. We've got a racetrack going on here at Bar B's Ranch. Off-road, lots of mud, lots of ruts, lots of turns. We're gonna have a shootout between these two cars. I will be the impartial judge with a stopwatch. You're gonna drive the vet cart.
Okay.
You're gonna drive the car that you built. If you win, you're taking the Duster back home.
Oh, you are so not making it back to the pits.
You want the car that much?
Oh, I'm taking it.
Yep.
I was wondering why you said bring an empty trailer.
Now you know. Which, by the way, he towed out here with a 69 Charger RT 440 with a tunnel ramp. So yeah, you got to run for the number. It's going to be strictly off the clock. So you guys have to decide who's going first.
I'm going first.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, that means you'll have a number to beat.
All right.
Yep.
So this is actually a pretty good surprise for me. All I was told was to show up with an empty trailer and a helmet. So I didn't know what they were going to have me drive, but then knowing that I had the chance of taking this home, I am going to. And I'm going to full send this thing just to make sure I take it back.
Bar B's Ranch is 50 acres. We've got 10 acres right here of winding up and down rutted desert roads with a whole bunch of brush off to the sides. Not only that, but there's mud in a whole bunch of corners, and the concern there is gonna be you're gonna come into the corner hot with the wheel turned, and you are gonna plow straight off the edge. And what's about to happen is that Finnegan is gonna tear up the course bad because he's going first and the Duster with Birdsong's going second. Are you ready to go?
Got it.
Right now, he's theoretically on a warm-up lap just to sort of learn the track, figure out what he wants to do. I did start timing it just in case it's his best lap, as happens sometimes.
Oh, it's a little tail happy now. This is so fun.
It's his first race lap. Boom.
Oh, no! You're doing great, Finnegan. Keep going.
Oh, no. Oh, I just blew my whole lap. Okay, so this lap is junk.
You think he's got a massive advantage, but I think the Duster is actually good for this.
The one tire fire might come in handy in not looping it.
It could be.
Come on, car. Not a lot of traction.
What's going on? I think he might be gifting you the car.
Come on, car. Keep it together. Oh, no. I cannot see at all.
He doesn't have a helmet with tear-offs. I wonder if he can even see.
Oh, you think that's the problem?
It could be. Maybe he was wiping it.
Okay, got through the mud pit that time, which is nice. Got around that corner pretty good.
You know know what's interesting in that last one was 1 minute 56:18. It was 6 seconds slower. But it doesn't seem like it's getting better from here, does it?
No.
Oh no, oh no. Off the track. Oh God, that's not good. That was not a good corner at all. That corner is messy, and it's just gonna keep getting worse. Oh no. Oh my God.
Doesn't it sound like it's burbling? I mean, it's got EFI.
Come on, car.
It's running terrible. I think the ignition got wet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he's really not sending it, or like even the RPM's not going anywhere.
Come on, car. The EFI is unhappy, and I've thrown away this lap.
Yeah, he's already at 1:40.
Let's go. Come on. Make it clean. Come on, car. Oh, come on, car. Come on, car. Come on, car.
Okay, that was his best lap, 1:48. Oh, listen to it running at RPM. What's the deal? So Finnegan did run 5 laps. His best one was 1 minute 48.22 seconds. What happened the whole time that it ran really poorly?
I accidentally hit the battery cutoff, which doesn't actually shut the whole thing off, but I think it was unhappy with that because I think that's on the ground side.
Oh, and so it kept running on the alternator, but with not enough voltage to make the EFI happy.
Yeah, it did not want to rev, which is fine because, to be honest, it's so slippery out there that, you know, more power wasn't going to help me.
Well, that wasn't as glorious as the vet cart action from yesterday, but I guess Finn had fun. That's all that matters, other than the fact that we might still lose the Duster to Birdsong. You ready to run?
I'll make up the difference.
Okay, may the furry be with you. Here. You were 1:48.22.
Okay.
And on your practice lap, you were 1:50 flat. So I'm timing his practice lap, just like yours. Oh, he's already sportier.
That car works, dude.
He's way more aggressive.
That car works. He's actually got traction.
Uh-huh. And he's actually a really good dirt track driver. Not his valve springs.
Does not care. Does not care. That is rough.
Interestingly, that was only 1:56.9. Actually slower than Finnegan's warm-up lap.
What if he doesn't want the car?
Oh, plot twist. Maybe he's just trying to wreck it, and then we have to take it home and deal with it.
Yeah, it sounds like a man who does not care about the motor and doesn't want it in his living room.
What if he's overdriving it for show, as he is prone to do?
Maybe he's just leaving it in first the whole time so it blows up and we have to take it home. Because a DNF is a loss. Unless we change the rules right here, right now.
Which we can do.
Yes.
He's not here.
DNF equals first?
Yeah, okay.
Got it. Oh, man.
That was 1:52 and change. He's got to pick up 4 seconds to beat you. And he might be. He's at least putting on a better show.
Dude, I'm telling you. First gear when you hate your motor. If you hate your neighbors, you hate your motor, you just leave it in first gear and put your foot to the floor.
It is slowing down. You lose, you keep the car, I'm keeping the engine.
Oh, okay.
And he has to remove it for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Wow, that was 0.3 of a second slower than his last lap. It was another 1:52. So he's run 1:56.9, 1:52.45, 1:52.75.
Okay, you lose, remove the motor, hand deliver it to David.
Right.
You keep the car.
That's it.
That seems fair. I like this.
I think you blew up the rear end.
Ah, dang it. This thing is so much fun.
I think it stopped moving.
I broke it. I hope it's not a drive shaft. Aha, I didn't break the drive shaft. Win, I didn't break it. The rear end blew up.
I knew it. I forecasted that for like days. So the question is, how do you think you did in your first 3 laps versus the vet cart?
It was a lot of RPM, but it was like all wheel spin. So I don't know, through the corners, it kind of stuck pretty good. Like, it surprised me at how well it stuck. I would just send it in, it would hit a cushion and just start turning. So I knew I had to just like throw it in harder than slowing down. But I don't know, I'm gonna think Finnegan got me by like 4 seconds.
Nailed it. He went 148, you went 152.
I should take it just because I guessed good.
You lose.
Ah.
But here's how it's gonna play. You still get to keep the car, but you gotta remove the engine and deliver it to me to put in the red Duster at Dulcich's place.
If I won, does that mean I would have got to keep the engine?
Yes.
It's like a win-lose, but it's still winning.
No, it's a lose-lose, but I win.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. Actually, everyone wins. Finnegan won the race, Birdsong won the Duster, I won the engine, and you win this free bit of life coaching from Roadkill. Just go buy an old dirt track car, or grab a Corvette and whack the body off the thing, or scheme your own automotive concoction and then use it to blast your buddies with mud or snow or rubber or chunks or whatever. Just lower your standards, raise your fun days like we do every time on Roadkill. This time on Roadkill, the very first car that we ever built together is back, and we love it more than ever.
That's right, and this is our most lofty goal ever for a road trip.
Ranchero lives!
Woo!
This is the first episode of season 12 of Roadkill, and this one is taking us all the way back.
I feel really old now.
I know, it's bad.
You paid how much for this?
$1,300. This is exactly what we need, because if we wreck it, it doesn't matter, right? You look skinnier, I look way fatter from way back then, so you're in good shape.
I look like my dad now, though. It's all gray.
All gray, it's true.
Actually, it's white.
So is this thing, because it's been sitting outside for so long. We built this 1968 Ford Ranchero right here on the very first episode we ever shot. This is the car that started it all. We built it because we wanted to go to Alaska in it, and in our first episode, that was such a failure that we decided not to air that first episode that we shot. We aired something else, and this was the second episode. The history from there goes to 2 episodes where we actually drove this thing all the way on the Alcan Highway, clear to Alaska. After that, it was in a Subaru-sponsored episode where we blasted the thing around like a horse rink at a fairgrounds. And then it was in episodes 25 and 50 of the show. So that's 6 episodes overall, but it's been sitting about 7 years. This is the last of our cars that just sat outside and rotted. You remember we had the 363 in it when we went to Alaska, and now it's got a 302 in it. Last thing I have to point out about this car is the paint scheme. At the time we did the very first Roadkill, I was the editor of Hot Rod Magazine, Mike was on staff, and I built this to replicate the car that Hot Rod Magazine used to win class at the very first Mexican 1000, which became the Baja 1000. That's why it's all lettered up like this. In this episode, I think we gotta fix the steering. We have to make it run again. And you know where I'd like to go?
Where?
There's no guarantee this is gonna happen. I think we're never leaving the shop. But if we actually get out of here, say Wednesday-ish,
okay,
I want to cannonball to Arizona and go to the stakeout. We were in the junkyard pulling out that 64 Galaxy that we ended up hating and getting rid of, but there was a bumper sticker on a car that said the stakeout. And we're like, we gotta go there. But then we failed, and so now we have another Ford. I think we have to actually do it.
We haven't driven this in like 8 years, and now you want to go again. I
Go
love
10
this
blocks.
plan. I love this
10
plan.
blocks. All right, we're gonna try and make it run. Ooh, Scongy.
That was a brand new engine.
It was. It's a 302.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow, there's spider webs in the carburetor. Quick release battery, too.
This thing's been sitting long enough. This could be bad. That's varnish.
It's fine.
That's a good sign.
To put the fresh stuff on top. Okay.
What if this just fires up?
Yeah, I was like, why wouldn't it, right?
I'd rather hit the road than wrench on it, honestly.
Fuel, air, spark, and adventure. I really like this car. Maybe it's the nostalgia, but I don't know why we ignored it for 8 years.
The power steering is not hooked up. Water pump is. I put water in it. It's got a battery. All right, we're gonna crank it and see what happens. I'm gonna go all out and like carb clean it.
That's how you know it's day 1 of the episode.
Good as new.
Do we have to bleed it?
The rear one's completely dry, but that doesn't mean we have to bleed it. That means we have to add.
Just put extra in the front.
Right.
It's fine.
I'm sure that just leaked out over time. Gasolina.
Remember when we couldn't make fire?
It was so cold.
Yeah.
We soaked paper in gasoline and couldn't set it on fire. It was
Inside
that cold.
of the car.
Yeah, that's right.
You're in the car trying to light it.
Oh my God.
Give me a splash. There's a hole in the funnel. Great. I'm putting this in the carburetor.
You got it. You got it. Run.
Okay. There we go. That wasn't very much. It all leaked out on my hand. Whoa, I'm sitting in it. It's in park. Here comes cranking. Dead. Nothing.
Let's see if there's a fuse or something. Because the wire going to the relay to trigger it is doing nothing. So I was using the digital multimeter to probe the wires, and a little known feature of the digital multimeter is if you just take the wire off and jump it from here to there, you could start the car.
Whoa!
See? Look at that.
It runs.
Hold on, we got a faulty fuel line dripping everywhere now.
Okay.
So it picked up gas, and now this fuel line is junk. Here we go. Alive.
Wow.
That sounds all right. Wow, that's pouring gas.
Is it?
It's bad. All junk, but that we can fix that pretty easily.
Man, it runs good.
It sounded great.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's fix that. There's the dead one. I'm gonna throw this away.
Thank you, HRG, for your hose. I appreciate it.
Junk.
Okay.
Ready to start again?
I believe is fixed.
Go.
Hey, that's fixed.
We're good.
That runs quite good, like for us. You at home, no, you wouldn't be happy with that, but us, yeah, it's fine.
We made it run surprisingly easily. The crank switch doesn't work on the dash. The ignition switch does. We're gonna put it up on the rack, check for fuel leaks on old rubber fuel lines that are soaked with ethanol gas, and check for brake leaks.
I remember installing new air shocks. They don't look new anymore.
No, we should try them. I don't see leaks out of the drums. Oh, the fuel line's hard line all the way up. We might want to replace this little piece of rubber right here. It's kind of cracked.
We could pull the back wheels off and pull the drums and see if the wheel cylinders are junk.
This one fuel hose is a little dry. I'm just gonna pull it off because what would the episode be if I didn't have gas in my armpit? Ah! Oh, it's going for the armpit. It is. Ah! Ah! It's 3/8, not 5/16. That's armpit. Ah!
OSHA is so excited about this.
Full armpit. Top fuel armpit.
I don't know why that makes me so happy. Let me get you some hose. I'll be over here.
Here, pull this off.
I don't want to.
I'm plugging it.
Oh, okay. Pull it off. Got it.
Okay. Ah!
If you ever want to go EFI on this thing, you've got the hose for it now.
So dumb. Ah.
See, we both have our roles on this show. David drinks the gasoline with his armpits. I change the sway bar bushing.
Okay, we're gonna try and see if these brakes are leaking anywhere. Boom. And that wheel cylinder's not leaking. All right, we're done here. Let me just go ahead and put that back on. How about the other side? These brakes are new and not leaking. At this point, we kind of fiddled around underneath the car and we're procrastinating on trying to fix the brake problem. That's good. You want me to start it and check the brake pedal?
Yeah, why not? Here we go. Sounds good.
It goes straight to the floor and stays there.
So, bleed it?
Can attempt that, I guess. You're it. I'll work the pedal.
Okay, that seems fair.
Hydraulics.
You're doing great.
Up.
Okay, try it again.
Down.
Yeah, we got nothing happening back here.
Yep, it's either the master or the whole system's plugged.
It's not moving any fluid. All right, Freiburger, go ahead and hit it.
Down.
Okay, whoa, hold on. We got brake fluid. Now I'm gonna pull the rubber line off and see if there's something going on in here.
I'm sure the rubber's clogged.
Maybe I can unclog it.
Empty?
No. The rear is what's lower here.
The smaller reservoir.
Yeah, but it didn't take much. Like, I was surprised.
Pumping. Down.
All right, starting to get fluid now. Coming down.
You want to leave it there so you can do the tires?
Yep.
I can get down. All right, we've bled the brakes, fiddled with some junk, replaced some hoses, haven't fixed the wiring. We decided we're gonna go for a test drive. He's gonna have to fire it up from out here.
I'm ready.
Ignition.
Ah!
It has oil pressure.
Oh, good. Let's go to Alaska. What do you
Let's
say?
see. Let's do it.
I dare
Let me
you.
try. Oh, it stopped. And the tires rubbed.
They hit the frame a little bit, I think. Let's ride.
Feels weird.
This rides exactly like I remember it riding.
Yeah, the steering is funky. Brake check. They do stop.
We've got them.
Kinda.
We have brakes. We have forward momentum.
Wow, it smells like a car that hasn't been running in a long time. The tach doesn't work anymore. Here, maybe if I turn this on. Now. Oh, did you hear the starter?
I think you just fixed it, brother.
I think I did.
Oh!
I didn't expect that.
Dude, little scratch.
It bogged quite a bit.
This thing rides good. It rides exactly how I remember. You just float down the highway.
Let's see, steering.
Looking for adventure.
You know what? I think we hated the steering for like drifting, but it's functional for just driving.
Yeah.
Wow, it actually runs pretty good.
Not bad at all, dude. That is not bad. That was fairly spunky.
Wait. Oh, I stepped on the brakes and it tugged right. I think maybe the rust is just wearing off the rotors.
Yeah, we're good. Dude, I think she's legit.
Yeah.
Definitely legit. Oh, dude.
This thing's mint.
Yeah. I like this car a lot now.
You can feel the secondaries open. They need to drop a little sooner.
Ranchero's back, baby.
Ranchero is back.
Let's go.
Ranchero.
Cue the music.
Yesterday, we road tested this premium bit of Roadkill history, and it's way better than expected.
I've fallen in love with it again.
Really?
Yeah, we drove right out of here and went to Alaska. I wouldn't say no.
Let's go.
Dare you.
I wish we could. Today, all we need to do is maybe look at the alignment. I think the toe might be hinky. You on top of the wiring?
I mean, I'm adjacent. I don't know if I'd say I'm on top of it. There's wires there, yes.
Yeah.
Probably more than we need. And we'll either continue to start it with this or struggle trying to figure out why it doesn't work.
Nah, I think we can just run a switch inside. We don't have a starter switch, so we should be hitting the road today after a little bit of tinkering. I'm happy with this. Okay. So I got just the very surface tension ring of the bubble on the inside. Let's check the other side. They're the same and good enough. We just checked camber, which is the tilt of the tires either like this or like this. Now we're gonna measure toe, which is the tilt of the tires in or out. You wanna have them about a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch closer at the front than they are at the back.
I'm gonna hook it right on the edge of that groove right there.
This is 59 and an 1/8.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What? You're hooked in a different place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I am. Wrong groove.
Okay. All right, we're good. That is 59 and a 1/16. The alignment is flawless. Or good enough for us.
It's tighter in the back and wider in the front, so they're towed out.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we need to fix that.
Disregard perfect. Yeah, you're right. It needs to come in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, this is obviously an aftermarket tie rod end because the fasteners are metric, which is completely unacceptable. There we go. Now we will determine if the wrong tool will rotate this. Now it's just spinning the tie rod and it's gonna have to go this way. Okay, I've adjusted the toe, probably not enough. You gotta roll the car back and forth in order to remeasure. And you really should roll it forward as your final step. So let's call that good enough. You're going outside of the center tread. Yep. And I'm getting 59. Okay.
Outside of the center tread.
Yeah, 59 and 7/8. There's no way. I barely moved them.
Yeah, but you got pythons, bro. You're just spinning those things.
There's no way. My trick about measuring toe based on the tire tread didn't work in this case because it turns out the tire tread's nowhere near straight. So we've got a box here holding this piece of metal so that it doesn't move, and we're gonna measure from the inside of the metal to the inside of the metal. 67 and 7/16.
All right. All right.
Okay, once again, there's no way it's an inch. Something's wrong. You know what? This means we measured wrong the first time.
Yeah.
Because we measured on the tread. It's towed in, right?
Yes.
Yes.
By nearly an inch, I think.
Okay, so I need to tow it out, so I need to shorten the tie rod end. All right, I shortened up the tie rod ends, which kicked the front of the tires in. Now we got a 1/16 toe in, and I'm out of adjustment on one of the sleeves, so we're calling that good. See? No squeak now, because they're not fighting each other. Before hitting the road to Arizona, we decided to make use of our eastbound trip and the Rancheros truck bed to transport an engine that Finnegan and I have been trading back and forth. So our plan is to go pick up the V6 that I traded you for a Hemi that I now am trading you back.
I think we're going full circle again.
Yeah. Let's pick up that garbage and take it to the engine builder.
Yep. This thing just purrs.
Here we are. The evil 405 freeway.
If I squint, this is basically how we went to Alaska.
We're at 200 degrees. How could it overheat? Headed at 210. Maybe it's because we've only ever driven it in Alaska.
There's no shroud and a fan only covering half of it, the radiator.
And maybe sitting for 7 years, rusted inside the block and clogged the radiator?
Could be.
I smell hotness. Maybe that's you.
Usually is.
Seems to be getting cooler while moving.
That's me too.
I love this car now.
I'm with you.
Okay. Car wash, yeah.
First bath in like 8 years.
I just wanted to spiff it up, especially the bed, because we're gonna be loading stuff in it. Wow, filthy.
Look at that spot-free rinse, you know? I've been here in so long.
I know. It hasn't gotten any better since the time you helped me clean it out.
Somewhere in here is an all-aluminum Busch Series Chevrolet Performance V6 that maybe one day I traded you for a Hemi.
Right. So we're gonna drag it out, load it in the Ranchero, drop it off at our engine builder shop, and then it will become Finnegan's once again. Only the block is here. We're gonna have to go someplace else to get the heads and cam and crank and rods and all that stuff. That's it right there.
Dude, it's so cute.
Don't trip. Man, this is light.
It's so tiny.
It really is.
I love it so much that I'm excited to put it back together.
But wait, there's more. I bought this on eBay.
Oh, I do not remember that. That's a
Brodix
Dominator.
23 degree for a Dominator.
Wow.
Yep.
This is really good.
Yeah, the box ram's over in storage, but that's what I was gonna use, because that's trick.
Dude, that's cool.
I know, I love it. This V6 is from the original trade that Finnegan and I made when we were first putting together the Blasphemy 55 Chevy. I gave him a 535 cubic inch Hemi in exchange for a Chevy NASCAR Busch Series aluminum V6. He then blew up the Hemi a couple times, took it out, had it rebuilt, and surprised me with it in 700 horsepower trim for the Hemi Gremmy. I figured the least I could do is give him back the V6. So let me know when you're ready with that.
Yeah, all right, I got this. It's so tiny.
I couldn't tell you why, but the rest of the junk is here.
It's like the president and the vice president. They don't fly together. So the engine block shouldn't be with the crankshaft.
That makes sense all of a sudden. There's the intake.
Yes.
Yes.
Also cute.
It is very cute.
This is very light.
It's all cute. Oh, wait till you see the valve cover. Look at this. How cute is that?
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It is.
You know, this 4.3 V6 that this engine is based on is a small block Chevy missing 2 of the center cylinders. So it's the same thing, only cuter.
That is a NASCAR crankshaft right there.
Pretty good?
Dude, it's great. Dude, these heads are awesome.
Those are Brodix 195s ported by Bryce. Look, it says Little Brody.
Little Brody. They're little baby guys.
It's so cute.
Oh, this is awesome. Sweet.
And that's it.
Thanks, Freiburger.
Yep.
Dude, it's like Christmas.
Load it up and get out of here.
All right.
I'll just load these gaskets while you're grabbing the heavy stuff.
Fair enough.
Where'd the block go?
It fits right there.
Ready?
Ready.
With your booty of V6 parts?
It's gonna be a good day. And we're off. Let's go.
All right, finally here we go to Yuma to drop off the V6 in theory.
Yes. I feel confident in this car and our inability to get there.
I guess all you care about is making it to the engine shop. Anything after that is just stuff.
If we get to the engine shop, awesome. If we get anywhere else, awesome.
I want the stakeout.
Oh, I would love the stakeout.
Will they let me in shorts and sandals? I read up on the dinosaurs. What do you want to know?
Other than the fact that they were in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, yeah, that's all I know about them. Lay it on me.
Some guy who worked as a sculptor and painter at Knott's Berry Farm started building them, or one of them, out of used I-10 construction materials in 1964. That one was not completed until 1971. Ah, the Cabazon dinosaurs. the absolute pride of Cabazon, California.
That's great.
I like the Superman T-Rex.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not that into the pumpkin. The whole time we've had trouble with the starter only clicking. I've got to like touch the wires together a bunch of times to make it go, and now it doesn't even click. So we're gonna figure that out. I think if we arc it across the starter solenoid or relay, that it'll probably work. It's this wire. I think this wire just doesn't have enough oomph. You want to arc it across? How can that be nothing? There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I think the problem is this wire doesn't have what it takes to throw this doohickey.
This does.
Yeah.
So you hop in and I'll get us going.
Okay.
I gotta have some job here.
Ignition!
I see no problem here. Gotta go under the hood to turn the fan on anyway, so. All right.
That'll be fun when it dies on the freeway somewhere.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. This is a reliable automobile.
Here we are.
That seems familiar.
Salton City. The last time we were here on Roadkill was the muscle truck in sand.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes! Yeah. We're here in 100-degree weather, stopping in the middle of nowhere to visit Salton City. So this place was founded like 1958, 1960. They wanted it to be a resort. They overlooked the fact that the San Andreas Fault is right underneath the lake. Anyway.
Hey, it's my turn to drive.
Oh, that's right. It's Finnegan's turn to drive.
It's your turn to get just a right arm sunburn.
So here's a fun fact to know and tell about Salton Sea.
All right.
In the early 60s, clear through 66 or 67-ish, they had a boat race that was the Salton Sea 500. They raced 500 miles. Guys were out there in like their Allison V12 flat bottoms and stuff, doing a big oval.
Man, that's where men were men.
How do you like the Ranchero so far?
Ah, dude, it's a great car.
Yuma, Yuma, you're my kind of town. Yuma, Yuma,
Sweet
Yuma,
home,
Yuma.
You my favorite.
That works pretty good.
I like that we're almost there and I can eat finally. They got garages, dude.
Yeah. Swimming pool, movie stars, black gold. Boom. We're at Pontiac Racing Engines in Yuma, Arizona. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
We made it.
Yeah, long time no see.
James is responsible for a whole lot of engines that you've seen on Engine Masters and also Roadkill. Today, we're here to drop off this V6. He's gonna machine it all up. My guess is you'll probably see this completed V6 on a future episode of Roadkill. There you go, headers you don't need. Heads, rods, block, gaskets.
But Freiburger bought this.
This is my favorite.
Because every little motor
Yeah.
needs a Dominator on it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check out the block. How cool is that?
I haven't seen one of these things in probably 15 years.
I've never seen it either, and it's been in my garage for 10 years.
It's all new.
We did a lot of them, and then all of a sudden, they came out with that LS deal, and then it was just
These
like
were gone.
gone.
Before we leave, can I get a tour of the shop?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Okay, so yeah, usually everything comes back here, gets unloaded, cleaned up, run through the washer, we mag check all the iron, heads, blocks, stuff like that. just inspect everything, see what's good, what's not. So what we'll do is we'll go, and here goes to the surfacer.
Oh, all right.
And what we do here, we use a deck true fixture, and centers or goes off the main center line, but also you level off of the fixture.
So before you ever get to this point, have you already measured the stroke of the crank, the length of the rod, the pin height of the piston?
Yes.
And so you know, before it goes to the machine and you're setting the deck height of where it's going to end up.
Yeah, so we'll do that, figure out what your deck height for zero should be, and then decide if we want zero deck, if we want them 5 out, if we want them 5 in, depending on application. And then we can come in, measure, and actually cut it within a thousandths of our target.
Okay. So this is the last stop in the assembly line of putting an engine together. This is the clean room, the engine assembly room. This is where you would be after all the measuring, all the machining's done. This is, you're gonna slam it together. Like that's a big block Chevy going together. Small block?
Yep.
LS. So these 3 things are all gonna get assembled by you and then dyno tested and then go into cars, trucks, boats, you know. You do it all.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. How long would it take you to go through this whole process where it's back in the room ready to assemble? And what I'm asking you here is how quick can you get my motor done?
It'd probably be a couple days.
Okay. Everybody at home, Bostic Racing Engines, Yuma, Arizona, that's where you go to get your entire engine rebuilt in just 2 days. Good luck to you, sir. I appreciate it. I won't be calling. I'll just come back in 2 days.
I didn't say which 2 days, and they're not in a row.
It
worked.
All right. Now what we got to do is figure out what we want the engine to turn into and what we want to put it into.
Yep.
I wonder how fast it would push a lightweight C2 Corvette drag car.
Put a turbo on it, it'll do whatever you want it to do. Question is, will it live?
Yeah, like, will that block move around at 1,500 horsepower?
It's gonna shake hard.
There's that.
It's 272 cubic inches, not that different from a 4.6 liter Ford. Just like with a 2JZ or with a Honda 4-cylinder, displacement isn't the limitation.
Airflow.
Airflow and
RPM.
and surviving.
Yeah.
We made it to Tucson last night, our familiar home here in Arizona. And before we take off, I want to fix the starter because we're going to the middle of nowhere. Our goal is Sonoita, Arizona in the stakeout.
Yeah.
I feel that because of the heritage of sort of the Baja 1000 vibe of the car, we got to go on dirt.
I'm down.
So let's not strand ourselves with bad electricity. What's happening is every time we go to start the car, we're touching 2 wires together in order to activate this relay. I'm gonna try and fix that. I'm gonna take all of these wires off this connection, scrape them all with a rock or make them clean, and do the same here. Because what we've been doing to make it start when it won't happen inside is coming out here and arcing from here to here with this tool, and it works every time. Wow, that is a lot of connections right there. Okay, I got all these clean. Now Mike's fixing the trigger wire, which is probably the real problem here.
Let's try it. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Declare this car fixed. Let's go off-roading. Allow me to start our vehicle from inside the car.
Okay, I think it's gonna be right here.
This gets us to stake?
Yeah, we're looking for a small dirt road to get us to Sonoita and the stakeout.
I love it.
Want to get there on dirt as much as we can.
I want to earn the ribeye.
It's gonna be right. That's the road right there.
Oh, all right.
Here we go.
Well then. Now, how's your back feeling?
That's a big hole right there. Ugh. Do I need to review the basics of off-road driving for you?
It didn't look that bad. I was like, that's not that bad. Right at the last second, I was like, I'm gonna step on the brakes.
Yeah, that was not good terrain reading. Ooh, donut shop. I'm gonna get video.
All right.
All right, this is gonna be Finnegan doing donuts in the ranchero for the first time since we've seen it in snow. It'd be so much better if this thing wasn't a one-legger.
Oh, there's a tree there. I feel like I'm driving in the back seat. Uh-oh.
I may have to go start it for him. Remember the whole field repair this morning in the hotel parking lot? That didn't work. You might have a little bit of weeds in the tire bead.
It was really fun.
Battery's good.
Oh, good.
See if we can make this work.
We're back. Donuts for lunch, donuts for dinner, donuts for breakfast. Here we go.
All right, we're gonna get out of here before he breaks it. All right, let's get out of here.
Ooh, jungle. I like where this is going. Jungle's rough, though.
Ooh, I don't know about this.
The jungle's very rough.
This is sketchy.
That is all mud, dude.
Give it a shot. You got this. Yeah, no problem.
I'll try to make it smooth.
There we go. And I see strip. Ooh, be careful of that big log. Ugh, I keep picturing that one right in the oil pan.
I feel like we have pretty decent ground clearance, you know?
Whoa. I like this car more and more, actually.
I really like driving this car. We made it.
I'm surprised how much I like this little 302. Maybe it's because we didn't build it.
Pretty much. I mean, it works good.
I wonder what that is.
Twig?
Uh-oh. We have a problem. This tire has shifted all the way forward and making contact with the sheet metal. It's like the whole rear end in the car is, So we got to figure that out. All of the rubber is missing from the isolator on the driver's side. So my guess is that it's something going on that side. Let me look. The ants here are enormous. More troubleshooting here. We're trying to sort out that crooked rear end problem. I'm gonna have Mike drive by and get on the brakes. I wanna see if we can actually see that wheel moving. It looks like it's crab walking going down the road though. It looks funky.
Let's see. A little brake check in front of Mr. Freiburger here.
I didn't really see anything. Go on, I wanna see how bad it crabs.
Okay.
It's crabbing pretty bad. From the back, you can see that the body is like, you know, running sideways like a puppy dog. There's still a chance it's been this way since day one when we drove it all the way to Alaska. I just don't know. I think I might have just noticed because there's so much mud on the tire that it was rubbing that leading edge of the wheel opening.
No, that could be the steering.
Yeah, doesn't it look funky?
It pulls to the right really bad, but...
It looks funny.
All right, so it is crooked then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try and drive back to town, get a jack and some jack stands and park it on some level ground and really troubleshoot it. It looks really, really funny. When you got on the brakes though, it didn't look like the rear end shifted at all.
I'm just gonna have to work a little harder for this steak. No big deal. This car hadn't moved in like 8 years, and look at what we've done. Look how far we've gotten. We've Uber parts to an engine builder. We've driven hundreds of miles.
Cruised 80 on the highway.
Yeah. And, you know, a little mishap in the dirt. I blame myself.
All righty, check this out. We drove all the way over here. We got the tools that we needed. We parked on some nice, smooth, flat concrete here. But then, through the power of the Motor Trend Plus app, I went and found the episode in season 2 when we drove this thing all the way to Alaska, and they had this shot right here that clearly reveals that that tire has always been off center in the wheel well. The reason I noticed it is it was rubbing mud off of it. I think what we need to worry about, though, is why this thing's now pulling hard to the right.
Yeah, I think we've knocked her out of alignment.
The thing is now, if you look at the car directly from the front, you can see that this tire is and also so it's junk. Remember when we were back in the shop and I was setting toe on the tires? Well, that's the problem that we've got here. This one's towed way out because this tie rod is bent. And I'm gonna climb underneath and loosen it up again and adjust that again. Okay, rotating this thing. You know what this means is the Ranchero has crabbed down the road ever since we've had it. We never noticed it.
There's no jack stands under the car, but there's a brand new set of Duralast jack stands sitting in that box right there.
All right, let's drop that and see if we like it. Okay, and we have a brand new Duralast jack. I think I got it. I nailed it by eyeball. I'm gonna have Finnegan drive this thing around a parking lot and tell me if it's good, and when it is, I'll lock it down and we'll be out of here. Look at that arrival. That had flair.
It's much better.
Fixed.
Let's go. Shall we go get steak?
I would like to. Whoa. That's pretty good. I like it. How's it drive now? Like no pull? Let go.
No pull. Look at you, sir.
Just the master technician.
You're an expert in your field.
You break it, I fix it.
We make a team.
Everything's going so well.
Don't jinx it. We're gonna make it.
This thing's back to cruising perfectly.
Yep.
How's it going?
Dude, it's like butter.
Wow.
A little bit of pull, but
That's a crown road, it's fine.
yeah, it sounds good, it looks good, it feels good. We're gonna make it.
In 1967, Hack Miller and Ray Brock actually won their class at Baja with one of these, and you broke it doing donuts. You're hard on equipment.
They didn't go to Alaska first.
That's it.
Just saying.
That's the key. All right, coming up next, the stakeout. We made it. I did not expect this place to be in a gas station parking lot.
I just know I'm happy to be here after 3 years and 8 years of this thing not moving, so.
What a completely stupid goal. All because we saw a sticker on the back of a car in a junkyard.
That's all I need.
Aged steak?
Yeah, and then revisit this again.
Yeah. Let's talk about it over dinner.
High five?
High five.
High five.
At first glance, this is an episode about setting a goal, no matter how thin, and using it as an excuse to go have an adventure with your buddy in an old car. We did, and finally made it to the stakeout, checking a minor victory off our list. But looking deeper, Finnegan and I really came to realize what the Ranchero means to us. This is the first car that we ever built together. We never made it to Alaska in the Ranchero in season 1, and that was our first big fail. Then, getting it all the way to Alaska in season 2 was our first really huge win. We let the car sit abandoned for so many years as we tackled other stuff. And simply reviving it for this episode brought back so many memories over the past 11 seasons. And now, we love the Ranchero more than ever. What a great way to kick off season 12 of the show that's really just about our lives. It's the show that we call Roadkill.
Oh, you slide.
'Cause it's too cold for you here and now, so let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater. And all I am is a man. I want the world in my hands. I hate the beach, but I stand in California with my toes in the sand. Use the sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. Head in the clouds, but my gravity's centered. Touch my neck, and I'll touch yours. You in those little high-waisted shorts. Oh, she knows what I think about, and what I think about. One love, two mouths. One love, one house. No shirt, no blouse. Just us to find out. Nothing that I wouldn't wanna tell you about, no. 'Cause it's too cold for you here and now, so let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater. And if I may just take a breath away, I don't mind if there's not much to say. Sometimes the silence guides a mind to move to a place so far away, yeah. The goosebumps start to race the minute that my left hand meets your waist. And then I watch your face, put my finger on your tongue 'cause you love the taste, yeah. These hearts adore everyone the other beats hardest for. Inside this place is warm, outside it starts to pour. Coming down, one love, two mouths. One love, one house. No shirt, no blouse. Just us to find out. Nothing that I wouldn't wanna tell you about, no, no, no. 'Cause it's too cold for you here and now, so let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater.
To see Dave Chappelle.
I broke it. I'll admit it. I broke it.
Freiburger here with my lovely and talented co-host for this episode, Mike Cotton. He's from the Faster show that's on Motor Trend, and also we did that Roadkill together with the Pro Street Murata.
Which was a lot of fun. That road trip was really good.
Which is why yesterday, when Finnegan got sick and couldn't make the episode, I'm like, Cotton, do you want to come make a Roadkill? He goes, sure. When? Like, you're going to be on a plane today.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell him what we were doing, and I guarantee you by the end of the episode with this vehicle, I will make him load his shorts.
I don't know about that.
It's going to be great. All right, do you want to hear about this thing?
Yeah, so what's the deal with this? Because I don't do four-wheel drive stuff.
Not a bit. Fish out of water.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And this is hardcore rock crawling. Our plan is to drive this thing from here in LA all the way to Moab, Utah for the Easter Jeep Safari. Thing is, you have no idea about this, and the audience might not either. I want to baffle you with the brilliance of this Jeep. So the last time we used it was on an episode of Roadkill Garage, and it had bad tires on it and completely failed. That was season 1, that was 7 years ago. Then I put the tires on it. It hasn't moved in 3 or 4 years.
And how far do we gotta drive?
700 miles, something like that. This was a 1981 Jeep CJ8, which is a scrambler, 10-inch longer wheelbase than a CJ7.
Okay.
The whole front clip on this is from a military Jeep that's called an M38A1.
I've seen those before.
I actually have one in the backyard. It's shorter than this would be from the factory. And check this out. The fenders are attached to the hood, so it has no fenders at all. And that's just for major tire clearance.
So you're talking about the wheelbase is longer on this compared to shorter. What is the benefit of it being longer or shorter, though?
People used to think that a short wheelbase Jeep was more maneuverable around obstacles, but the longer the wheelbase, the more you can climb a hill without rolling over backwards, as I will show you when we get to Moab. This is all tubbed. This is hugely bigger than it would be from the factory. That's to fit big tires. It used to have 40s on it. These are 42s. So the stock scrambler was probably this long. We just shortened it up, just so that it's got less overhang in the back so you can climb a steeper obstacle without dragging the ground.
It looks like the wheelbase is more forward on this.
Good eye. I think it's a 106-inch wheelbase, so the axle's been moved forward 2 inches. I'll show you the motor, though. It's a 350 small block Chevy. It makes no power. It's just a regular old crate engine. Quadrajet carburetor, the best carburetor for off-road. Custom fabricated like battery tray that I've messed up with a bunch of wiring. It's got the air lockers, and the transmission is an NV4500, which is like a big Dodger Chevy truck 5-speed.
Okay.
Really low first gear, but it has overdrive. The transfer case is called an Atlas from Advanced Adapters, and it's 4-to-1 ratio. And then the axles have 717 gears in them. So the whole point is you can put this in low range, first gear, and you can get out of the thing and it'll go boom, 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 boom. It'll just chug along. Now, suspension, the springs have been moved from under the axle to on top of the axle. It's got the high knuckle steering. You can see all of the steering stuff is above the leaf spring. And you can see that all of the steering arms and everything are custom fabricated. This is really old school suspension. You ready for starting? We got neutral, and I set the choke. It'll crank for like 30 seconds, getting fuel up there, and then it'll fire immediately. Getting fuel. Here it comes. Yes, without touching the pedal. Oil pressure means it has oil. Get some air out of that system.
Yeah, we need to replace that whole rubber line.
Yeah.
She's leaking already.
All right, I'm super impressed with me right now because I'm gonna check the diff fluid and probably even the transmission and the transfer case. It's a 717 ratio, which is really, really low. That means there's like, 2 teeth on the pinion gear, which means it spins a lot. I'm glad I checked that because I am going to have to goop that. All right, I want to clean this out and load trail gear. We're doing all this to be able to get to that box, which has good stuff in it. Aluminum foil, invaluable on the trail.
Why?
Because you wrap your burrito in it and warm it on the intake manifold, duh. If this is an axle stub, that means we can break stuff. It is, yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. Freiburger's got the fluids and everything taken care of, and the axles themselves and the rear ends, or whatever you want to call these things in the front that are huge. I'm going ahead and changing the rubber hoses on it because they do go bad and they're breaking. So we're going to change the filter, rubber line, and this thing should be good.
The transfer case has a sight tube in it, but it's old enough. It's got cruddy. Trying to wipe it off so I can see the level. I cannot tell.
So the transfer case is low. What it is the sight tube that's in there, it's clear. It's a pain in the butt to get to. So it's a 2-person deal that he's figured out that if I take this rubber hose, he holds it onto the end, and I give a little squirt, squirt, it fills it. It's so tight in there, there's no way that he can actually get anything in it. Ready?
Yep. All right, stop there. I think it's gonna be good. Let me see it find its level. It's coming down a little. Once you shoot it, it fills the tube,
right,
but then it runs out in the gears and stuff and goes down.
One more time?
One more time will be good. Yep. All right, hang with it there. Okay.
You got it?
You got that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I just installed this new weenie-looking air filter that probably looks better than my old one. Cotton is working on fixing the fuel filter in the back.
Going all over the place. On the bottom down there.
Really?
Yeah, down on the bottom.
Here's what we're dealing with. We're trying to put gas in the tank, and it's pouring straight on the ground. The hose that goes from the filler to the side of the tank is just dumping gas, and it'll probably continue to because the gas will splash up there, and if we overfill it, it'll just dump forever.
The problem we found out is the fuel neck itself is junk. Remember the rubber? Junk. So what we ended up doing is going to get a new one, which I'm going to cut it down, put it in, then we can put fuel back in this, and then see what happens. Because it wasn't working. And I don't know if it's got gas in it anyways, because the Roadkill ways, they don't put gas in. You're probably like, Cotton, why are you using a cutoff wheel to cut that? Well, let me explain this to you. This hose itself has a spiral slinky. That's what we're gonna call it, inside of it. What it does is it holds its form, but anytime there's any pressure or anything like that, it just doesn't. So you need that. Let us know right away if it's leaking. Nothing?
Nothing.
Hi, diggity.
Good work. Thank you for doing that. All right, ready to start it and see what happens?
Yeah. Not a lot of fuel in it.
It runs.
I mean, it ain't as full as I would want it to be, but it's running fine. You gave it gas, it didn't act stupid. Worst that can happen, we put an electric pump on it if we have to.
And I have 2 of them with us. We'll find out tomorrow. My Scrambler had been sitting for 4 or 5 years. We totally got the thing going yesterday, did a lot of little tiny details. Mike Cotton was a complete boss making the fuel system happen.
Oh, you did everything else, though.
But it was a good day, and now is the time we actually have to leave the house and hope that we can drive, I don't know, 700 miles or something to Moab, Utah to 4-wheel this thing.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and this is gonna be his first experience in the Jeep.
It's gonna be my first 4-wheel drive, Moab, everything. Okay. This thing's too high, first of all.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Will it run this morning?
Don't say that. Yes. Did you pull your choke?
I did. What's going on?
Do that again. You got no fuel.
There we go. Man. Oh, I know. See it smoking?
What's that mean?
The choke is too much. Oh, well.
It's stuck? Oh, hell.
And we're off.
What? So what's the speed we gonna travel at? 4?
65 or 70?
This thing gonna be all over the road at 65 or 70.
Maybe. You know what actually is most impressing me right now? Is that the tires feel round. Sitting for like 4 years like that?
Well, maybe we're sitting so high that we're not supposed to feel the...
Look at the vital signs. This thing's great. What's it running at, 155 degrees?
Yeah, it looks it. About a little less than 160. Your oil pressure is about 50.
Yep.
Look at that. Gauges work. Things are lubed up. We got the gears going. Man, we're going to make it all the way. Yeah, you need to put a motor in here that's got some power.
Yeah, the motor is gutless. I will tell you now, this thing is remarkably awful in sand dunes. It weighs way too much and doesn't have enough power, and the gears in low range are so low that you can't get enough wheel speed. So it's like the worst combination of terrible.
Does more horsepower help in rock hauling?
There's 2 styles. What a lot of guys do these days, they have an automatic, and they'll set themselves up on an obstacle and goose it, and bop, 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 and get up. It works. I'm really old school. I like the stick, I like the low gears. I want to drive elegant. I want to come up to an obstacle and just chug up it at about 300 RPM.
So it really doesn't mean about the horsepower then?
Not a bit. It's all about the gears and torque.
Huh. I can't wait to see what this... I ain't scared of nothing. I'm not scared. Yeah, I am.
We're about 200-ish miles from home, and we pulled over here because look at that traffic jam. The 15 freeway is stopped. As soon as we pulled over here, the Jeep wouldn't crank again, like the battery was dead, and we've also been having a problem where it idles terrible. Man, this thing used to fire up instantly. Something has changed.
Filter's clear, so we know it's not that issue or that filter. We'll just change these plugs. So we've checked the filters. Now we're gonna go straight into changing and checking a plug. That ain't bad. That ain't bad, dude.
No, that's great. But here, if you don't trust that, there. Oops, I went a little bit far there. You might want to fix that for me. I'll just go ahead and work on the carburetor.
Oh, great.
The real issue with the carburetor is probably inside the carburetor.
Like what you're doing there is just clean that.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, basically.
Superficially.
I'm polishing it like cottonwood. This engine used to lug down to 300 RPM in compound low and just chug up rocks. And it won't do that now because it runs bad. So I need to fix this one way or another, or I'm not going to be happy four-wheeling. Now that it's freezing and windy, we've got all the spark plugs changed. There's one spark plug boot over there that is beyond sketch. We don't like it at all. I think it's jumping to the header. I am gonna look for vacuum leaks by spraying the carb cleaner all around the base to see if we can hear the tone of the engine change once it's sucking in the carb cleaner and, you know, combusting it. And then when that doesn't work, I'm gonna do the old man trick of the rev and suck. What I'm gonna do is pick up the RPM, and then I'm gonna clog the primary here with my hand. That increases the airspeed through all the little passages in there, and sometimes, like, clears up an idle circuit and makes it run right. It's starting to rain, that's perfect.
Hey, do your super suck.
Oh, I'm gonna do the super suck.
Do your super suck.
I promise the super suck. I'm doing the super suck.
This can either be good or it can super suck.
Okay.
Get it?
Rev it up.
So you just choked it, and you think that everything just came through and went through. I call it a win. Well, his sucking job that he did, I guess worked. I don't know. It revved up a little bit more.
Admit it.
Then we get back on the road.
We got everything all buttoned up. We think it runs better. We won't really know until it warms up. We're not hopping on the freeway because that's still at a complete standstill. You're about to see your first off-roading experience. That road is supposed to go all the way to Baker, California.
Baker, California.
Yeah.
So we're going Froden. It's cold,
I'm getting
man.
wet, Cotton. Let's go.
We're going off-roading.
Ready for it to run perfectly?
Always.
Yes.
You sure this is a road, bro?
Yeah. See, this is what it's supposed to do. See how I'm dragging the brakes and it's just lugging down?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's perfect?
that is fixed, baby.
That's how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
All right.
The old man suck works every time.
I was impressed. I never would have done nothing like that. I just probably cleaned it out, but
This dirt road should go all the way to Baker, California and avoid all that traffic. Look at those poor chumps. And they're not even enjoying the off-roading.
this is awesome. Can you picture driving all the way across the world like this? Woo.
Yeah, this right here with like 8 pounds in the tires would be great.
Look at this vehicle just dead.
Oh, wow.
What is that about?
Stolen,
Oh, yeah. I can see
I
that.
think. All right, here's the lay of the land. First of all, the Jeep is still running poorly. We kind of think that it's running on 7. We should probably change spark plug wires. I'm sure the carburetor's a problem, but I'm trying to deny that. And we're headed back because unfortunately the video van could not hang with the road we were taking to Baker, California.
Oh, there's big cliffs over there. They said cars were stuck.
All right. The problem is Director Brad just cannot drive that Dodge little van to save his life.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just criticizing you on camera for not being able to handle the slightest obstacle in the van.
Excuse me?
4.5 hours to go 20 miles because at 5:30 a.m., a truckload of lithium batteries had spilled and they couldn't clean it up in 20 hours or something like that. We got in at 4:30 in the morning. It was really bad.
We did try to go a little off-roading, but that didn't quite work out.
Nah, did not. But the cool thing is, you know how we've been battling this thing running poorly the whole time? I got out at night in traffic and looked at the spark plug wire on the other side, and it's throwing sparks directly to the header.
Yeah.
This morning I woke up after like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And I threw on these clothes. It's not like my normal mufti. This is like
that looks like some Jeepy Jeep.
Brand new hat, like from Discovery, and this jacket is so new. I was like, I look like somebody with a rooftop tent.
What you do?
Or perhaps with like, you know, handing ducks out to Jeeps or something like that. It's a little too clean. So I think, there we go. It's gonna help that jacket quite a bit. I'm trying to like patina this thing so that I don't look like such a tool. All right, let's put a spark plug wire on this thing.
Okay.
It needs to run flawlessly at 300 RPM under load. What I'm gonna do is label the cylinder number on each one of the boots here so that I can put them back in the same place. And I'm gonna take all the wires off and pull the cap and rotor off and inspect it. All right, you wanna find out what's going on with the distributor cap?
I hope it's that.
Not really. That is trash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Rotor worse?
There's so much crud in here. You know what the problem is with the Jeep? Is that this fills up when it's raining and goes right to the distributor cap, and they always corrode. At this point, you can go, will we ever fix it? It might not happen in time. We might not ever make it to the trail. But we're gonna find out. Oh, dude, how does it even run? Okay, we can clean this up. Can you put it in neutral and just bump it?
Okay.
Go. Stop. The thing I'm cleaning here is called the reluctor wheel, and it's part of the distributor of an electronic ignition. It is a star with 8 points on it, 1 for each cylinder, and this item over here that's blue is called the magnetic pickup. And basically, as the star has a tooth past the magnet, it creates a sine wave that then tells the computer box or the MSD box to actually send a spark out to the cylinder. It's just the trigger instead of ignition points.
So we do have the new parts to fix this, but to be honest, this isn't broke, it's just dirty. I'd rather field repair this thing than anything. So we've done clean up the rotor, the cap, and everything. He's gonna hit it. Let's hopefully it runs good.
I'm not even getting in, I'm not even touching the gas. I'm finding neutral and firing it up.
That's with the choke on?
The choke's still on, it's still on high idle.
Right. Oh,
there you go. I kicked it off the high idle off the choke. It's still on another step. It'll still get lower than this, but I think it's gonna be good. Let's go for the lug test. I'm gonna throw it in low range. We'll see if it'll tug down.
You gonna chug over your jacket?
Oh, dude, this is it. That is it.
Is that how it's supposed to do it?
Yes. That is 300. And will it recover? Yes. Oh, yes. It is fixed. This is the way this thing is supposed to be. We are rock crawling now. Ready for Zion?
Zion, let's go.
Oh, dude.
Well, this is a lot better for sure.
Yes. This thing also runs way better at RPM.
No miss or nothing, huh?
So good.
Well, you can feel it.
Yes. I'm next level happy, Cotton.
Next level happy?
Next level.
So how long has this Easter Jeep Safari been going on?
Oh, that's a good question. This is like year 56 or 7.
Really?
Something like that. The way it works is they have a number of runs on different trails every day for the days leading up to Easter, and they do a bunch of individual trail runs like what we're gonna go on that are sort of private invitationals.
Okay.
We just went through Virgin, Utah. We crossed the Virgin River, and we're going to the, I think, Grafton Ghost Town.
Ghost, woo! You sure we're going? This sort of looks like we're in somebody's house.
This is the guy I think is where the Land Speed Racer used to live. Pretty sure. Do you see? Yep.
Yeah.
See it? See the streamliner right there?
Yeah, I see it.
Yep. That's him right there. What you're about to see here is what I think is the greatest thing about going on road trips is you never know what to expect, and it's always going to be great if you get off the beaten path. Cotton and I were taking this road to go see a little bit of a ghost town, and I remembered being here a long time ago and seeing something on the side of the road that I confirmed right here today. This is the shop and home of Vesco Racing. This is the Turbinator Streamliner, which is the fastest wheel-driven car on Earth. 503 miles an hour at the Bonneville Salt Flats. And to give you some context, I was the editor of Hot Rod Magazine for like a dozen years plus and very involved in Bonneville racing. And what you're seeing here is the very, very peak of Bonneville racing. The fastest car that's ever run there, the fastest car without thrust on Earth, and just a treasure trove of like memorabilia. So this is the car, this is the man. This is Rick Vesco, and he and his brother Don have been racing for how long?
Forever.
And they were involved in all kinds of racing. They've got timing tags over here from Willow Springs on motorcycles, drag racing, I guess a little street racing, but the big deal has been Bonneville. Here's an interesting thing about top speed racing. If a vehicle is at terminal velocity, it takes 8 times the horsepower to double the speed. So aerodynamics are infinitely more important than the power itself, and the faster you go, the more power gain you need to pick up just a little bit of speed.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's a combination of aerodynamics and small tires, but small tires don't get traction like the bigger tires,
Right.
so that's why we build a four-wheel drive.
How does that work? I mean,
Well, right here, there's a differential, just a right-angle drive gearbox and 1-to-1 ring and pinion. Got 17-inch tread width here, but 12 in the back. The drivetrain is transferred, the power transfers over to that differential with a big 6-inch wide Gates belt, just like a supercharger belt. It's a 8mm metric.
Right.
Boy, they're
belt.
tough. They are tough. We're running 5 times the torque
That it's designed for.
for.
What's interesting, did you notice he said it's a 1-to-1 ring and pinion?
Right.
So there's no gear reduction at all there. So it's actually,
These are turning about 7,500, the wheels.
which means if the engine's turning 16,000, he's got a reduction unit on it.
When we got rid of the Chevys and kept getting on more and more power, we started twisting shafts off. So we dropped it to a 1.17 ratio, and it's still too high geared.
Yeah.
It's about a 560 gear if you add another mile or so.
Right. Man, the ingenuity. Homegrown stuff, 500 miles an hour. Look, he's got a Hot Rod Magazine sticker right there.
I sat there and I kept looking in it, and that's why I was like, I could never climb in it and look at life. Like, it's just so tight in here, like you're laying down. And he says he fits in. There ain't no way. There ain't no.
Yeah.
You don't really sit in the car, you wear it.
You wear it, yeah.
I ain't wearing this. This ain't no suit for me. When you start to look at time like that,
Hours.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
that's.
I only run in the 200s, and what I tell people is that 200 miles an hour is a football field a second.
But that ain't. He got you beat.
By, yeah. Legit, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming. That's good.
It was
to see all of you guys.
Complete surprise to me, but 100% worth it. I'm sorry we got to take off so quick. Well, hope to see you on the salt.
Onward, guys.
Yep.
Have fun. Be safe.
Thank you.
Don't tip over.
I can't guarantee that. You don't expect to turn a corner here and see the fastest.
No, it didn't really sink in. Yeah, it goes 500, and he goes, "That's the fastest wheel car." And I'm like, "What?"
You know, the fastest wheel-driven vehicle in the world. All right, we're still on the trail to Grafton. Wow, look at the view.
Dude, you can look at pictures, you can watch TV, but I would never grasp my lifetime on this, because hey, I don't have any cars that'll go down this road. Everything I got's low, so.
Or not running.
I used to like them. I don't like ghost towns, and I don't like old buildings.
I love ghost towns and old buildings in history. I'm glad people are preserving this. After like getting in at 4:30 in the morning last night and barely sleeping, it's already been a great day.
Oh, great day.
And now, Zion National Park. We're gonna go through some tunnels and stuff, see some amazing sights, canyons, everything.
I can't wait, because this looks amazing already.
It's gonna get dark soon, and our final destination tonight is gonna be Page, Arizona, so we're cannonballing through the park.
Oh, it feels good. This is awesome.
So colorful. I love the tone of the red earth around here.
So we're gonna go through, like, you say tunnels?
Yep, there's one up there. The tunnels are in that cliff wall right there.
What?
And then there are observation windows cut through the cliff wall in the tunnel. This is the Zion Mount Carmel Tunnel, completed in 1930. There you go, 1 mile. See, no stopping in tunnel. Isn't it great?
Wow. There ain't no lights in this thing,
Wow.
is
Maybe I can go for the high beams.
there? What?
Whoa. Oh, I'm blinding that for us.
This is crazy.
Isn't it? So here's the window right here that I was showing you. See that?
That's amazing.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it might be a 4x4, it might be like a sightseeing trip, it might be Mike Cott instead of Mike Finnegan. I might be too Natalie dressed, but it is still a roadkill, and you can tell by the fact that this garbage keeps breaking down.
Yes.
He's freezing to death.
It's cold.
We were touring Zion here, and I looked down at the floorboards, and I'm like, huh, there's a new wet spot there. It's a clutch master cylinder puking on the inside of the firewall.
Yep.
It's going past the seal and the piston. It's eventually gonna pump all the fluid onto the floorboards. And we're in the middle of Zion National Park, so we're not fixing that anytime soon. So I'm gonna be driving it clutchlessly as much as I can. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Page, Arizona tonight.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a nice warm room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and minimize using the clutch pedal so I don't like pump all the fluid out. Here's something that you really wanna be able to do if you've got a manual transmission rock crawler, and that is start it in gear while you're on an obstacle so that you're not stepping on the clutch and rolling backwards. I'm not in low range, but I am in first. Let's see if the starter has the power to crank, move the vehicle, and start the engine at the same time. Here we go. Yes.
It worked!
Yes. Horseshoe Bend outside of Page, Arizona, a really famous spot on the Colorado River.
This is amazing.
Except he won't get closer than that.
Nah, it ain't working.
Not working?
No.
Nah, you're right. It's 1,000 feet down. Our Jeep's out in the parking lot, and it's got a couple problems we're gonna have to tinker with this morning.
We're gonna have to.
But tonight, we're gonna make it all the way to Moab.
3 days ago, we were sitting in his driveway. Now we're here.
It's way better.
Dude, this is what road tripping's all about.
And now Jeeping, or at least Jeep fixing. First of all, I'm very perfectionistic about the idle situation.
Yep.
And now it's smooth, but it sort of picks its RPM, so I have to fix that. And I also pointed out when we were in Zion that the clutch master cylinder is puking inside. We searched this whole area and could not find a new one, so I called our friend Dave Chappelle. He's like, yeah, I've been up 20 hours, I'm in Montana somewhere. So I'm gonna just need you to go ahead and stop in Salt Lake City for me and pick up a master cylinder.
And did he?
So he did. So we'll get to that later on. How do you feel about putting on one new spark plug wire to solve the one that you taped?
I think that that's not gonna do anything because I put so many, electrical tape on it and they're still arcing through, but we do have that whole other set of wires, so.
We're replacing the one spark plug wire that is burned. We got this Excel set at some part store somewhere. That boot is smaller and further away from the header. That might help us a little bit. All right, with that, I'm gonna move on to carburetor fooling. What I think is happening is that the linkage for that idle up circuit is sticking, so that's what I'm gonna mess with. May I have a zip tie, Mr. Cotton? Thank you, my son. Let's see, there we go. Now does the linkage work and not stick it wide open? All right, Cotton, when you're driving right now, it's not gonna stick it wide open. That's one problem you won't have to worry about.
So technically, it shouldn't rev high, it should still be cold start.
So it's not running awesome, it actually wants to die, but remember, it might want the choke when it's dead cold like this. So we might not have the answer until it warms up. Okay, listen to the engine right now. Now listen when I spray. Hear it pick up RPM? I'm spraying directly at the throttle shaft. The throttle shaft bushing or seal is bad. Yeah.
That's what our whole problem is.
For sure. All right, well, nothing I'm gonna do about that. Well, we found a problem. It might not be the problem. So now, Cotton's gonna drive out of here and we're Moab bound.
Did I get in like a Jeeper?
You're failing test number 1.
What do you mean I failed? I got in. This is the highest vehicle I've ever driven.
Get a good view.
You're getting a view of everything.
It's not a hot rod. Man, we've had an amazing day today. Fixed some stuff early this morning, seeing a whole bunch of sights. Right now we're in Monument Valley, and this is the spot that was where Forrest Gump stopped his run. In an earlier episode, we had epic footage of Steve Dulcich running like a gazelle down the middle of the street right here. These competition tires are such soft rubber that even with however many miles we've gone, they're already getting feathered.
Yeah, they're getting hard.
But nonetheless, it's gonna make it to Moab, which is what we're gonna do right now. Then either we're gonna fix the clutch master cylinder or we're not, and we're gonna do some real four-wheeling, and we should connect with Dave Chappelle.
I'm down.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
All right, out. It's morning in Moab, Utah. We actually made it. We drove this thing like 550 plus miles. We are at the Easter Jeep Safari that's hosted by the Red Rock Four-Wheelers. It happens every single year. And we have to remove all the parts I don't want to trash, which means the roof, I don't want to lean over into a rock and crack that super rare Scrambler half cab. And then the doors, actually because I want to be able to get in and out easy. And unfortunately, the hood has to go, which makes the Jeep look goofy. But these tires rub these fenders. And now, with 100% more, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Dirthead Dave sort of connected us with the Real Truck trail ride this morning. And
Yeah.
have no idea what's actually gonna happen, but he's gonna stick with us so that I don't get in trouble.
You're cool and all, but your Jeep's cooler.
It's way better. I was surprised how many people already were like, oh man, you brought the Scrambler out.
So
It's cool.
I guess we are heading out of town with our old friend Trent McGee's leading this trip down a dirt road, and then we're gonna get to some sand dunes.
Yeah.
So.
And you're driving a butter Jeep. What's the deal with that?
This is the last Jeep that we ever built on dirt every day. It's my 94 YJ. This is probably the smallest, like, most unassuming thing out here.
And we've got the two oldest Jeeps in town.
Yeah.
All right, I'm super stoked on it. And
Dude.
Cotton has never been four-wheeling ever.
I jumped in this thing from the hotel and didn't have no doors, and I felt unsafe.
Well, this is weird. It's like every time I'm around Cotton, I have to fix things.
Hold up.
This episode has been really cool for me because I've been able to get my Jeep out in a long, long time. I'm stoked to see Chappelle. It's just gonna be a good day. It was about 40 minutes in here, big, long, dusty road, and we're the only Jeep with no top, and so we're all covered with dust and everything, which Cotton has never experienced. Everyone's airing their tires down. You just do that for a better ride quality and more traction. Dave told me that these Trepadors tend to pop the inside bead because the sidewall's so stiff, but it's got a bead lock on the outside. So I wanted to go to 5 pounds. He was like, you probably shouldn't do that. So I'm going to 9. This whole area is called the Whitewash Sand Dunes. We're gonna drive through this wash, which is gonna be easy and a lot of fun and sandy, and then we're gonna get into some rocks.
We're getting out of the wash and we're going into the dunes.
Yeah, this sand is not gonna be a problem. Big dunes will be terrible.
It is so cool to see Chappelle.
Yep.
He's a good dude. Plus, you're in his element out here, you know?
Sweet. I love duning.
Oh, this was great.
Here's your first time on Slick Rock right here.
Okay.
We're still in two-wheel drive, and I've been doing fine on the dune. Have you never driven on a sand dune before?
No, we don't
Really?
have them. We don't have sand dunes.
Wow.
It's
So
like, this is awesome. This is like crazy feeling to me. It's been fist bumping. Let's go.
I'm glad you're digging it.
Dude, I love it.
We've been blasting around the dunes. I feel pretty good. I was able to follow Chappelle in two-wheel drive. I thought this was gonna be way worse than that. I'm still in high range too. Next up, We got a big puddle to go through.
We just got out to this really cool like hidden sand dune section in Moab, and now apparently they've had just torrential downpour because we're about to do some water crossing that's probably 40 inches deep. It's gonna be rad. So we'll see. We might get water in the rig, we might not. I got a camera guy with me. No, we're fine. That Cherokee's making it through. Here we go. Locked it up. That's it for this Jeep. Yep, that was it. We're taking on.
Dude, this is a lot of water. Look at him, he's stuck it.
Hope not.
I hydro-locked it. The Jeep's done.
No way. Oh.
We're gonna have to tow this thing out pretty quick. It's taking on a lot of water.
Okay.
So Chappelle went in before us and it stalled, it had to have, and it hydro-locked it. So that means that the water is inside of it. So that don't want to kill it any worse. We're gonna pull it out. And now we in this water and we splitting water all over us.
Yeah, the fan is in.
This is what Roadkill is like.
I'll pull up.
Hey, didn't you make a comment about I always break stuff? He's basically done for today.
Yeah.
See, we drove 7 hours just to help him out.
I think I just roached the motor in this thing. Cotton to the rescue.
Look at the water pouring out of the underside of Dave's Jeep.
This is insane. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a little love. He always says that I broke stuff, but he's breaking stuff because he's getting stuck out in the water. We're gonna pull all the plugs out. Right now we're having an issue with the plug wires, of course, because Dave bought junk plug wires. So we're gonna fix those, turn it over, hopefully get the water out of it, see if it didn't bend the rod because of the hydraulic in there. The water gets in there, goes, so if it's broke, it's on him, not me.
Okay, so we got 3 wet, 3 dry.
Gosh, this is actually the first time I've swamped an engine.
Really?
Yeah. So crank it and see what comes out.
Oh, water's gonna come out.
Ready?
Crank it.
Ready?
Crank it. Oh. Oh.
It's done.
That motor's junked.
Oh no.
Sorry, Dave. Did you want me to drive across this just to show you how it works?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Okay.
Why you gotta be that mean? His heart just broke. Man, this is deep.
It seems so simple now. You just drive through and you don't suck water in the engine, I guess.
That water was all the way up to here.
Yeah, it hit my air filter too, which is now garbage. Okay, Cotton.
What?
Real talk.
Okay.
We start to roll. Do not grab this.
Don't you grow up like
or
this?
Or this.
I got that, but why did you real talk me?
Just anything can happen anywhere.
Okay. That's awesome, dude.
Okay, but what if we go down in here?
What do you mean go down in there? We don't
Uh-oh. I slipped off the line.
Hey, man.
What do I do? What do I do?
I hope you don't be playing.
What do I do, Cotton?
Freiburger, let it chug. Let it chug. Oh, hell. Oh!
How was that?
That was not nice. There is not a path here. You're going up all that?
Yeah.
Man.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is that rock the problem?
No, you can go back like 10 feet pretty easily.
The problem is my right rear is about to slide off this thing. There we go. How's it look?
Thing's working like a champ.
Yep.
Got a little papa wheelie going on?
Yep. How am I looking?
You're good. The tires are killing it.
You like the lug? 300 RPM.
It's pretty good.
I love it. I'm not even touching the steering wheel.
Right.
Literally not touching the Jeep.
What a cool Jeep.
I'm a wheeler. That's what it is. Look at that chugga. Oh boy. Have you ever flipped it backwards?
No.
It's so fun. I wish I could go four-wheeling. Cotton, this is nothing like wheeling in the South.
Really?
This is almost nothing like wheeling. All right, Dave guided me through some pretty cool stuff. I had fun. Now Cotton needs to drive. Okay, you are perfectly aligned.
Okay. He believes in me, and I hope you believe in me too. I'm gonna climb this wonderful rock. I'm a rock man. I do not like this. It's creeping along. Come on, creeper. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm leaning forward. I'm leaning forward. Don't you flip. Look at this. Look at this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Chug a chug. I'm climbing a mountain.
Congratulations, Cotton. You can navigate a speed bump in a supermarket parking lot. You may not be a Jeep or 4x4 guy, but I hope you got a sense of it in the episode, and maybe you'll even want to try it. See, my usual co-host Mike Finnegan is into muscle cars, drag cars, boats, mini trucks. Mike Cotton is into pro street cars, customs, show cars, and I'm into muscle cars, trucks, 4x4s, and land speed racing. So all of our friends' interests are all over the map. The message is, take your kink and share it. Kind of like what I just did with Cotton in the Jeep. You never know what kind of interest you're gonna spark, because inspiring interest in gearhead stuff is really our main goal in every episode of Roadkill.